Good evening, everyone. And I'm sat here today with Sam McGurk joining me on a Skype Zoom call. So, Sam, first of all, how are you feeling this evening?
Good for a nice cold winter's evening, but I guess they're going to get colder, so take them while they'll ask.
Yeah, it's getting to that time of year, isn't it, where obviously Speedway season's now died off and it's becoming winter. So, what are you doing with yourself this winter? What have you got big plans for this winter?
Just more preparing stuff like these next few weeks is important as Speedway riders to get your covers and your sponsors sorted out for next season, trying to get them all into motion, so you're not in a rush, and then it's on with bikes and all that type of stuff. Trying to get them ready ideally for February, March next year to kick on with season.
Yeah, and speaking about next season, obviously the cat is out the bag now, and you are signed for the Workington Comets in 2024, and the Workington Comets are moving up to the championship as well. So how are you feeling about that step up to the championship for next season?
No, it's very exciting. I was happy this year to join in the National League and joining the Championship as well. Moving up with the club it's brilliant. There was talks through the year of obviously maybe moving up, and it was a thought that popped straight away into my head. This is one of the places and the place I want to be next year if possible, and I'm happy I got that phone call to come and join you guys and hopefully have a good year.
So was it an easy decision to come and join the Comets for 2024?
Overall, I think so, yeah. I mean, there was a couple things that needed to be worked out, but I think my mind was pretty set from the get-go, really, yeah.
Yeah. So you've been a big part of the Comets since the return last season in 2023. You've spent a lot of time up at the track this year, doing a lot of practice sessions, a lot of racing, a lot of everything, really. Is it going to be the same again for you next year, pushing yourself on, developing even further?
Yeah, I can imagine. So, I mean, obviously, Championship, you get a lot more rides. That's one of the things with National Leagues is you struggle to get your rides. That's why it was important for me to join Workington this year. So I knew the track time were there, the experience were there, people to help you. And, that's the important thing. And I'll probably try and get over there a fair bit when I'm free. Maybe we have a couple of dual meetings where we ain't got many going on, and I'll try and make sure I'm on the bike constantly.
Yeah, excellent, yeah. So looking back over 2023, what would you say has been your main highlight of 2023?
Riding wise, I'd say maybe the start of the year against Berwick at Workington, yeah, because the track was a bit difficult, and I feel like we all overcame it, and I definitely did. I had a crash, went out and got picked for 8:15, went out for that on a bent bike and won that meet, and took Connor's 18-point max off him, which was always it's a sweet one. So yeah, that was one of them. But we've had a lot of brilliant moments this year, the team and me.
Yeah, we certainly have. And from myself as a fan's point of view, this year's been absolutely brilliant getting the team back together for this year. And the social side of things have been absolutely brilliant as well. How have you found that side of Speedway up at Workington?
Oh, it's been brilliant. It's kind of opened my eyes, to be honest, because you kind of go through the youth and it's more sociable. Then you feel like you get into league racing and it's a little more, you get down and you do your job. But Workington's, we've all wanted to do really well because of how much we've enjoyed it away from the track. I mean, from 1 to 7 to even 8 of us with Kelsey as well, we've loved being a part of a team together. The morale's high, and I think that was important. Definitely unlike the away days and stuff like that, when you've got, you go to Kent or something like that and your morale's down, you've had a 5-hour trip to Kent, or for you guys, like a 9-10 hour trip, and you want to go there and know you're at least going to enjoy being there with everyone else instead of go there for 4 weeks, maybe not do great, and then come back and be a bit unhappy and down in the dumps. But no, it's been great.
Yeah, good. It certainly has been great this year. So going up into next year, obviously moving up into the championship, as you say, there's going to be a lot more meetings. So have you set yourself any early targets for next season or any aims and goals?
I wouldn't say so. You never really know how it is. I always just say, as long as I try my best personally, I think I can get quite high up. My average. Obviously we don't really know much about the team at the moment, but I just try and build on myself, and that's the most important thing, because as much as Speedway is a team game, you also always try and focus and make sure that your progress is strong. And definitely, as obviously coming into it as my first year, I just want to keep progressing, hold my own, and I think I can do that.
Yeah, that's good. Looking forward to it, Sam. So now it's winter, and obviously you were saying before, touching on the Speedway season slowly dying out. You've got a lot going on behind the scenes. Do you try to take your mind off Speedway for a little bit now as well while you're getting into winter? If so, what kind of things do you find yourself doing?
You can never really fully switch off, but you can definitely have some moments away. That's why, like over like Christmas time or something like that, that's why I like to try and get stuff sorted out, so you can have that time to relax and stuff like that, instead of like then worrying about stuff. And I don't know yet. I'm meant to be going on holiday over Christmas time, just after Christmas. So that's all I've got in, but I'm sure I'll find myself doing something, probably maybe on a bike again. I don't know, but I'll do something.
Yeah, so I've been told that I need to ask you about your FIFA Pro Clubs team. Now, I'm not sure what this is for, but this has come from your manager, James Denham. I would like to, as a guess, is James your manager on the game?
He is. We have a set manager that does the roles, but for the man who wants to bring the team together at half time if we're struggling, James is the man we call up, and he puts in some good choice words to us. Maybe a bit harsh if someone's missed a sitter, but other than that, we're not letting the Comets 23 team die yet. That's for sure.
So I assume you're playing with a lot of the other guys who you've been part of this year.
Yeah, we've got James, me, Harry, Luke. Connor's gonna come on when he decides to buy FIFA. Kelsey, Elliot as well. So yeah, there's a couple of us on it, and we love it, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's good to keep obviously that team spirit going. I know the lads, some are going different ways, and you are the first one that signed this season. But it's always good to keep yourselves together and keep your minds active and be with people that you're doing like-minded things like riding speedway bikes, so you socialise with them outside as well. I assume that'll come on a big part and help your progression as well.
Yeah, because you're doing similar stuff. I mean, me, obviously Harry's my brother, and Luke, we've all from youth, we've grown up together. But Connor, I mean, we all knew him before. I knew him before, but you see a different side to people when you're teammates with them, and and over a couple of people, Crangy, being a great captain for us this year. Again, I knew him before. I thought I'd like him. I was looking forward that he's our captain, and he's not disappointed, and just everyone else, really. I don't think I can say a bad word about anyone in the team this year. They've been brilliant.
Sam, so you've touched on that you're going to obviously try and get some practice in over the winter. Obviously, Workington last year coming back being a brand new track. How have you found things up at Northside? Has it been difficult to adjust to the track, or have you found it quite easy?
The track overall itself, when I first rode it, I found it amazing. The material that has to be keep added onto these tracks. It's difficult to have a consistent track when you're in the early years. It's not getting rode week in, week out, and weather-wise, it's been a bit iffy. So the track it's been getting better, but it's been different this year for like the team. So I think we have struggled in that department of lack of home advantage, particularly because we're trying to use last week's setup when the other teams come in trying to use the setup that when they look at the track they think they've got, and we're trying to find ourselves. But by the end of the year, like the Ken meeting and the National League Riders Championship, we've found a happy medium, and the track's it was coming on. I think it's just going to get better over winter, and by start of next year, I think we'll be kicking on, and we'll see some brilliant racing.
So now you've had a year at Northside already, Sam. Going into the next season, the championship, you're going to be one of the more experienced riders at Northside. So how are you going to pass on your knowledge to the rest of the team for next year?
Well, yeah, I've had a good year. I've had the knowledge. I've done a fair few laps around the place, and I will try. But with the championship lads, I think everyone's an experienced rider. Everyone kind of knows where they're at. It's not a track which is difficult to ride at all. That's the beauty of the place. But if someone comes up and asks, I'll try and help them. But I don't know how much use it'll be to them.
So, have you got anything you want to say to Steve about next year for the track? Is there any things you'd want to change with the track? Any preparation things that you'd like to change?
Don't really bother me. Maybe a bit of consistency will always help us, but I think we'll get that next year. And Steve knows what he's doing with track. I mean, I don't know if any of the bigger boys might give their thoughts on track, but I won't be able to tell them that he'll listen to them. That's for sure.
No, I'm sure Steve will just do what Steve wants to do with the track. And as you said, Steve does a great job with the track. It's one of the probably the best tracks that they're going to be in the championship. So as we touched on before, Sam, 2023 has been quite a productive year for you and quite a good year. Come the end of the season, you had quite a busy part at the end of the season, but just right before the end of the season at Leicester, you had quite a nasty crash. How much did that set you back, and how hard has it been to recover from that to then push yourself going into meetings such as the Development League Riders final?
It wasn't ideal, you know. I mean, it's one of them injuries because with a fracture to the kneecap, it's one of them where you can walk on it, but you can't bend it because it's not attached to anything. So in my mind, after the Leicester meeting, I thought I'd be a week, and then they told me. Obviously, I went and obviously they gave what the NHS said. No, I didn't really believe much of it and kind of just went in my flow. But I think it'll be. I don't think it helped particularly. I mean, it obviously don't look like it because I came back and in my first race I won it, but I won obviously the same Sam, and realistically I don't think I've probably got back to where I would be, even up to the Birmingham, which was my last meeting, but I can't particularly blame everything on it, and I missed a couple of meetings, which would be a shame, you know. Maybe I didn't have a busy part of the year, but if I went out injured, I might have got some guest bookings or something like that, but you know, it's been there. It's finished. Injuries are part of Speedway. I've got away with a few injuries this year. I would like to say myself, you know, because maybe I might have had a few tumbles, but I don't know. I don't have now to get off a bike, so I've saved myself a few injuries. So yeah,
yeah, you've certainly had a few spectacular crashes this year, especially up at North Side as well. There's been a few that's been quite high impact ones, but you seem like a very strong, tough lad, and you've just bounced back from every injury that you've had.
Yeah, you know, I haven't really found that they've affected me. You know, the one against Leicester, obviously not my fault at all. I feel like most of them haven't been either racing incidents or someone else's fault. But you know, it's racing, and the one against Leicester, obviously, I think the fans got more of a fright than me with my bike going over the fence. But you know, I bounced up. I hit fence first, had a quick lay down, thought, how the hell am I okay? And went out and scored quite well that meeting. I definitely want the best. I was aching for a good week or so, but you know, I was all right. And adrenaline rushes through you, and you kind of forget about it until end of meeting and realise, and you look back at the pictures and the videos and you can go, that was a big one.
Yeah, it certainly was a big one, that one. Well, Sam, thanks very much for joining me tonight. And just before we go, I just want to wish you all the best for 2024 with the Workington Comets. And I hope you have a very productive winter. And I'll see you next spring.
Thank you.